guys, welcome back to Fish Over Chicks Woodworking. My name is Peter, and today we are going over how I price my projects to maximize my profits, and it's done with 3 very simple steps, so let's just jump into it. The example we're using for this video, it is a $30 pine coffee table, $30 in materials, that is. You need to make that $30 back. Guys, real quick, before we go on, I need to clarify the next part of this. You're gonna see me talk about supplies and materials. I actually got them mixed up. I just wasn't thinking. So materials are things like wood glue. Supplies are things like the saws that you use for many projects. So for criteria 1, what we're gonna do is just take the number of supplies. So that is $30 for this table. So we've got $30 worth of supplies. That's our baseline for the coffee table that we're going to charge the client in the end. Criteria 2 is time, how long it takes you to build the table. Let's say it is an easy coffee table that you can whip out in an hour. You don't even have to think about it. You can do it with your eyes closed. I've got a few coffee table builds that's the case for. Do it in an hour, maybe 2. No big deal. But it might be a coffee table that takes you 6 hours to build. It's got a lot of really intricate joints, and you really have to take your time making sure it's absolutely perfect. So you have to decide how much your time is worth. Now, if you're a kid in your 20s, like me, you know, your time's probably not worth as much. You're in college, you're doing other stuff. Maybe you decide, hey, if I were to go get a job at McDonald's, I'd be getting 15 bucks an hour, but I'm doing this, I love it, and people value my work, so I'm gonna get 20 bucks an hour. So then you take that coffee table that you've already decided is $30 worth of supplies, and you add on your hourly rate, so your $20 per hour. So if it takes 2 hours to make, you're adding on 40 bucks. It takes you 6 hours to make, you're adding on 120 bucks to the end of the coffee table price. So criteria 1, $30 for supplies. Criteria 2, $60 for time at $20 an hour times 3 hours. So we're at $90 right now for this coffee table. Now, obviously, if you're a professional woodworker and you've been doing this for years, you probably already have a way to price your products. But if you don't, and you're watching this video to find out how I do it, well, then maybe you want to charge a little bit more for your time. You've invested so much time and energy and money into becoming the woodworker you are, so you deserve more than $20. I mean, if you're 40 and you do this for a full-time job, you want more than $20 an hour. Figure out how much you want. Maybe you want 40, maybe you want 50. I don't know. I'm not 40. I don't know how much money 40-year-olds need. But, you really need to sit down and figure out how much you want to make. But me, I'm good with 20 bucks. Sounds great to me. So anyways, getting back to the criteria. We're at $90 for this coffee table. Like I said, it's probably a nice coffee table. Now, we're going to move on to criteria 3. My buddy who makes music actually told me a few years ago that this is what he does to end off the price of his music stuff that he sells. I don't know. And I really like it. It works well for me. You put the project on a scale of 1 to 10. How much you want to build it. So 1 being, I do not want to build this. This project sucks. 10 being, I really want to build it. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm going to love every second of it. Now, if it's number 1, you really don't have much motivation to build this because you just don't want to. What he said you should do, and what I have been doing, is charge a little bit more money. Motivate yourself a little bit more to make that project and get it done in a timely manner and get it done to the best of your ability. Because if you really don't want to do it, you might just decide, I don't want to do it, we're just going to not do this project. The customer can get it done elsewhere. But if you can charge a little bit more money for it, now you've got some motivation. You're like, okay, I want to do it. So if it's a 1, maybe you go onto your hourly rate and you add a couple dollars. But now we go to the other side. If it's a 10, you really want to build this, maybe you don't add any money at all. And you decide, you know what? It's a 10 out of 10. I love building these coffee tables, and we're just going to stick with the $90 for the table, and that's fine. But in the end, the customer is going to pay what the customer sees is the value. So if this $90 coffee table, now I'm charging $100 for it, $10 probably isn't going to change their mind, but it might. You never know. My experience and my opinion, do not barter with the customer. You know what your time is worth, you know what your skills are worth, and if you start to take money off the price just to get the product into their hands, then they're going to think he doesn't really value his time or his skill as much, so why should I? Right? Set your price with these 3 easy criteria and stick with that price. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope this helped you price your products. And if it does, please comment down below what you liked about it, or which of these criteria you're going to try, or if you're going to try all of them, or which you might not try. But yeah, me and John always love to hear from you. Comment down below any other videos you'd like us to make. We're more than happy to make those. But as always, please like, please comment, please subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.